Hello and welcome back to Cars of Glasgow. I'm Thomas and today you join me with this Ford Transit. I want to call it a high top. I'm not 100% sure. I'm not calling this a review either because I'm not super qualified in vans. I got it for the day, helped my brother move, and I thought why not show you all this van. So stay tuned for this walk around of the Ford Transit. So up front we're going to take away, this is the latest and current generation Transit van. Real impressed with it so far. I do really like the fact this one's got the Bayesian HID headlights. You can see if that daytime running light going round. There's little Ford badges throughout the van, like one down here. This particular model does have front sensors and rear sensors and camera, which I'm really impressed with. This is why it kind of prompted me to do this video. Kind of looks like a standard Transit, but we do have a little bit of height in this one. Not too sure about the length. I will get dimensions up for this one, but there was a longer one at Enterprise and this one is not that. Down here we're running Continental alloy wheels. These are 16 inch. I think they do the job. I think a van's a van at the end of the day, but I quite like this overall aesthetic of the van. Big sliding door, round the rear. So up the top there's where we've got the reversing camera and the kind of camera for the interior mirror, which is really cool. So it depends where you are, you're like eye level with van. So this Transit does have keyless go, so foot in the brake and the clutch, down on the side here, power start, and that turbo diesel comes to life. I love the fact it says Transit, you get a little display up front. So this van does have this view mirror with the camera in the back where the back doors are, and I think it's a really clever feature because typically you would look behind you and you would have nothing. So this is the first time I've got in a modern van and we've actually got this little camera here. As you can see, it gives you the live information that is really clear, and it's quite funny because depending on what level of vehicles behind you, if it's an SUV or maybe a standard van, then you can see right into them. I think it's just a nice wee feature. I was really impressed by that. Other technology, we do have things like the Apple CarPlay inside this vehicle, same as Android Auto. And yeah, not too familiar with the system, but yeah, there's a couple of things you can do. There's your sat-nav stuff, where you want to messages all through CarPlay, but yeah, pretty impressive. Down here you've got your fan speed and your AC on and off. I really like the kind of graphic here for direction of airflow. Again, if you want max AC, if you want the front demist on, you can do that. Temperature, all controlled as well. Very quickly you can get hot or cold depending on how you want your temperature set. And other pieces of information down here. And this little button here, as far as I can see, just seems to be a lockout for the screen, like a screensaver. I'm not quite sure. And then we do have this parking button here, which, you know, we're going to turn on and off. Like, obviously going to keep that on, the size of this thing. And then these different modes, I guess. There we go, your normal and eco mode. Well, that's a really cool infographic, isn't it? Very cool. I do also like the fact down here, a little kind of pop out tray for, I don't know, your drinks, bottles, things like that. And then equally the driver has a couple of options down here as well for drinks and bottles. And up above, even more storage. Now this puts most like family MPVs and all that to shame. I'm just really impressed with vans and how much storage they cram into such a small cabin. And you think how many cars you get into and you don't have that much space. The door bin here has a little bit of room here for bits and big bottle, maybe, I don't know, documents or something like that, whatever you might want to carry. Yeah, you're going to have a lot of space in here. And even up front you've got a USB-C charger and a 12-volt power outlet as well for the driver to charge their devices. So the steering wheel in the Transit, kind of like a car, cruise control and audio controls on the left. Right hand side is your call stuff, but also controls this little screen in the middle. That there's not too much in here, but we can see things like your miles per gallon. What else? We've got driver's assist. Well, not got anything on in there. That's quite a cool little graphic of the van as well we're in today. And the range and the dials are all analog and clear. That's flashing because it's going to the start stop to engage like so. And as you'd expect, in a van you've got a lot of greenhouse around you, so it feels like you're in a movie or something just because you've got so much glass. And then check out the size of these sun visors, like they're huge. You know, there's my hand on it, like they're absolutely gigantic. And even little felt pads there quite a neat touch. So it's not bashing off that plastic. I quite like the fact in vans as well, you get free abreast, you don't get a massive hump. And this in here, you get a little bit of storage as well, like you can write stuff down, have the extra drink holders if you wanted, or you've got the room there for the third passenger if required. Would it be a Cars of Glasgow glove box video without a, as you can see, spring loaded, not softly damped box? However, it does look like there's room for a pen and potentially coins in here. There's loads of little cubby spaces, which really makes you wonder what's going on in the car world, because we've got all this cubby up here in the dashboard, another cubby in there, cubby hold here, and then down here more big door bins as well, so there's plenty of room for the passenger side. And you can get a 12 volt power outlet as well as the USB-A socket, and you can see here the little cup holder as well. And we do have the fuel filler cap and AdBlue down here, which is nice and easy, and there's some information there. This is allegedly a titanium limited version. So we've got a big sliding door, this cavernous space, which will overlay the dimensions in this because it's quite a tall transit that we have here. As you can see, lined with the plywood, and we've got the dual doors at the back, there's a sliding door and some light strips inside. Obviously there's a lot of room in here and a lot of bits you can do to do some customization if you wish. And we've got these doors here with the clips at the side to open them further if you're getting some big square off items in here, like maybe like musical equipment or something. But yeah, more than enough need for my planting needs. And as you'd expect, 5'11", I have like literally, I don't know, a foot and a bit of headroom, which is crazy. Plenty of shoulder room, plenty of knee room if I turn the camera around like so. And the steering wheel itself does have reach and brake adjustment as well, which is nice to see. Was not expecting that when I got in this van today. So a very competent van. I've driven this from Glasgow to Edinburgh back in a day. Being high-sided, it wasn't super comfortable, going about just about 60-65 in the M8. It seems to be quite happy at 60, but that's just me being a very cautious driver. First time getting in such a large vehicle because I'm used to a low down 2-seat car. But yeah, hats off to Ford in this Transit, really impressed by it. And it's something different for the channel as well, isn't it? So I'm not going to give it a full review because I'm in no way got any experience of this apart from a Transit I drove last year, which was a standard one. So I just wanted to give you kind of a walk around, a tour of it, and maybe you're nosy like myself, you're not around vans enough, just to see what was going on.